What is it? It's your energy level. You need energy to be able to lead effectively. They need to pay attention to the energy level in the knowledge economy. Hi there. Are you a leader? Do you lead a team of people? But do you get frustrated sometimes when your team go and make a goal and doesn't quite achieve it? But you are a leader who cares and who look to help your team remove the obstacles and let them self-organize, because you know that's what ultimately brings on long-term success. And if that's so, I want to congratulate you, because you're one of those leaders we call in the Agile community a servant leader. But having said that, do you know what is your team's number one obstacle in hitting their goals? What's the number one thing that, if it's not done, will have a deep impact into how they perform? You the leader. There's one key ingredient that if you don't have it, it will prevent you from being the effective leader that you need to be. So what might that be? And it's not what you think. Today I want to share with you this key ingredient that, if missing, will prevent you from being the effective servant leader that you wanted to be. So this ingredient, this missing thing, it's not what you think, as I mentioned. It's not psychology. It's not positive psychology. It's not about even servant leadership, as much as how important we know that is. It's not about a tool or a set of processes. It's not about Kanban or Lean or Kaizen or any of this stuff. It's actually something more primal, more critical than that for you to be an effective leader. What is it? It's your energy level, how you feel. Are you buzzing with energy, or do you come to work feeling low, feeling not quite yourself, right? We're not even talking about clinical symptoms. It could just be you don't feel quite yourself. You don't feel that level of focus, the buzz and energy that you have the potential of having. And as an Agile coach and also a lifelong biohacker who's been helping leadership becoming more effective at their leadership craft, one of the things I observe is that energy for leaders has a huge impact into their relationship with their team. And let me go into a few reasons why that is important. When you are low on energy, generally it means is the decision you make tend to be more reactive, right? So things coming, a question coming, you instantly respond with whatever first thing that's in your head. And sometimes that may not be the best response, because we have a tendency to jump into conclusions. We're not really hearing what the problem is, we jump into conclusions. So our decision making ability is impaired when we don't have energy. The second thing is, when we don't have energy, we can become overly critical. We see all the things that's going wrong rather than all the things are doing right. And I particularly, speaking personally, it's a heartfelt thing for myself. As a father, when I go home and see my son, when I'm tired, sometimes I just find myself so critical of him. He's learning to write, he's learning to spell, he's going through his journey of learning, and sometimes I don't get it. And sometimes I have to go and apologize to him afterwards, because I just feel that, hey, yeah, he's learning and he's trying, but I'm so critical when I'm tired. And that may be something that you feel as well. And when you don't have energy, one of the things that impairs is you can't see the big picture, because you're in the thick of it, right? You're in the battle. Imagine you're getting shot at, you just have to shoot back, right? Someone is attacking you, it's fight or flight. In that mode, when you don't have enough energy, that's all you have in your head, is to fix what's the immediate issue. And how strategic can you think in your mind? How far can you plan down the track when you're in that mode? When you're just low on it, you don't have the energy to be able to do that. because when you don't have enough energy, you will not be an effective leader in the knowledge economy, where your people, your team probably know more about the technology than you do, and you rely on them to get things done. So you can't tell them what to do like you used to. So that's the bottom line. The bottom line of that energy level is that you need energy to be able to lead effectively. And when you do have that energy, it means you can inspire the team on that big picture, that long-term vision, because you're energetic. You're constantly helping the team see that, because you're picking that view. You're not fighting battles in the thick of things, right? So you've got that long-term view. You can help your team. When you have your energy, you can see why your team are struggling. You can hear what they really have to say, because it takes energy to really hear. We talk about active listening. If you don't have energy, you're not a very good listener. When you have energy, you can better win stakeholder support, because guess what? You're a nicer guy when you're energetic. When you're pumped and you're buzzing, you're happy, you're a nicer guy. You're less of what they call nasty people. So there's so much benefit on getting more energy, and that's probably one of the number one things that I share with the leaders that I have the benefit of coaching and working with, that they need to pay attention to the energy level in the knowledge economy. So what can you do? What can you do to get more energy so that you can become more effective leader? So there are actually three things that I find that's absolutely critical. There's three top things that if you get this thing sorted out, it'll go a long way for you to, become the real you, become who you really meant to be, this awesome servant leader that you have the desire for. Number one, sleep. All right, so we all want to get a lot of things done. When you don't have enough sleep, there's tons of studies about lack of sleep and how that affects decision making, how that creates depression, how that affects your hormones. It makes you more reactive. Sleep is a critical thing for your energy in the next day. So develop a good sleep hygiene. If you have a lot of food cravings for sugar or carbohydrate, you could be low on serotonin. So having L-tryptophan will be a potentially good supplement you can look at. It's a precursor that help you get serotonin, make you feel calmer, make your sleep better, and the next day it will actually give you more energy level when you sleep better. So having a good sleep routine. Avoid fluorescent light. We have a lot of junk light in the room, and generally that's not a good thing for sleep, because when your body sees blue light, as in fluorescent light, LEDs are generally very high in the blue spectrum, and what that tells your eyes is that, hey, it's daylight, so don't sleep. You'll feel really tired, and you might sleep for 8 hours, but you don't feel refreshed. So change your LED light, get rid of the blue, or wear blue blockers. Blue light blockers, glasses, so those little glasses. So that will help with your sleep. And of course, there's so much more. I'm just raising this to you today so that you can explore a little bit more on yourself. Now, the second point about supplementation. So a lot of our food are manufactured in a farm. We think farm is natural. There's nothing natural about farm these days. The farms are big corporations making millions and millions of dollars, churning out food as fast as possible. It's not about quality or nutrient density, it's just calories, right? So the problem with our food is it's low on nutrient, it's high in calories, right? So we're overfed, but we're undernourished. So I already mentioned one, so L-tryptophan is one of the key nutrients that will help with sleep, particularly if you've got cravings for carby stuff or sugar during the day. You're probably low. I suggest talk to a really good holistic doctor or a naturopath to get advice on that. And another thing to look at is coenzyme Q10, PQQ. These things are the stuff that really help the mitochondria, the little power plant in your cells of the body. It will help you give more energy and more vitality to do what you need to do. They do help with sleep as well. And the third thing that I find critical for energy is to remove stressors. So it's amazing how much stress sucks energy out of you. Stress doesn't mean that you don't have challenges. You can have challenges and be this little pockets of calm in the midst of a tornado, right? You're calm, you're composed. So it doesn't mean there's lack of challenges or you can just run away, because we all love to run away from stress, but it doesn't mean we can't. Learn how to remain calm under potentially stressful issue, but without getting stressed. So there's one particular technique I can share with you today. There's dozens of techniques because of time restriction. This is a short blog. Feel free to hit me up if you're interested. But one technique is when you notice your body getting stressed and you're very snappy, critical, reactive, what happens is just notice where that stress is feeling in your body. Where's that tightness? It could be, usually it's here, or oops, sorry about the mic. So it's about in your neck and your chest area, or some tension in your head. Just take notice and notice that tension and just say, welcome, I'm glad you're here. Now, where do you want to go? And just watch it. Just watch it. Notice that eventually it wants to move away. It'll either come out of your mouth, out of your head, out of your arms, out of your chest. Eventually it will go. Then you feel release from your stress. So some people get very stressed about being stressed. Very ironic, but this is one way you just notice your emotions, notice the tension. It's a physical thing. We call that embodiment, right? So notice where that is and welcome it. Don't fight it. It's just emotion. You can choose. You're in control. You can choose what you want to do with it. Watch it and wait for it to want to move, and then just let it leave. And that's it. That's one way you can manage your stress effectively. So there are three things: get better sleep, looking at your supplementation to get your nutrient density up, and of course learn a stress removal technique. And these are, to me, the three of the most critical things to actually get more energy out of your day, to be this effective leader, this servant leader that you really desire to be. I hope this little short video has been helpful. Do you have any comments or questions? Put them below. I'll look forward to hearing from you.